Hi everyone, welcome back. It is Laura at Hyperstamper, and today's this is my second one today. Second junk journal is another double journal. This is my third double in a few days. I'm getting a lot of emails below, asking if I could make more of these. So here I am, which is great because I have a lot of these really tiny antique books that I can't really turn into junk journals. They're just a bit too small. So this is perfect. So you get two junk journals in one. So this beautiful 1880s antique book here has its original gold leaf on there. We've got the irises, this beautiful green, and the spine there. Barback Room Ballads. It's a book of poetry, and this is actually vintage seam binding from the 50s, and this is just tea-dyed cotton, actually, old cotton, but nothing too special, but I love the look of it as it outlines that. And I've got the Huckleberry Finn by Mark Twain book here. It's a 1940s edition, so it's vintage, and I have some vintage chain here from a vintage necklace and a little vintage piece here that was an earring, and I turned it into a removable bangle. Okay, so let me take you on a journey inside before I throw it up onto my Etsy shop, hyperstamper.etsy.com. And again, every single piece in here is authentic, antique, and vintage ephemera. No commercial products whatsoever. I love this original first two pages here. We've got the original inscription there. It was a Christmas present to Huey. And there's the original publisher's page of the book there. And I totally forgot to show you this. Inside here is the original first pages of this book, and this of course is a Rudyard Kipling poetry book, his ballads, and just some vintage botanical pages, doily pages. Let's see here, this is a very old tracing paper there from the 50s. That is from the early 1900s. A gardening book, antique gardening book there. Just lots of places there that you can journal on. So once you have filled that with all of your memories or photos or whatever you want to do with that first one, you come to the larger one inside. This here is from the early 1900s, from a British school book. There are some French fashions. This was published in 1947 about the fashions in the Edwardian era. Vintage tree book page, lovely. That's a beech nut there. And then I love these little clusters, and I've got this corner pocket here, and this is a really fun 1950s magazine page, and you'll just love the fashions on here. Look at the little brooches there. Oh my gosh, so just amazing, exquisite. I love it. Lots of fun. 75-year-old page there. And this is also from the 1950s, so 70 odd years old. Look at how cute this is. Got a baby boy being born, and tons of space to journal on there as well. Really great cluster down here, antique cutoffs, and a 1904 English countryside page that I put in almost all my journals until they're gone. 1920s page, or 30s, nope, 20s, sorry, page here. That is the original spine from this book, what was left of it when I received it. And then this is a 1936 French almanac page, really cool images and satirical postings there. And then this is really cool. This is a vintage book. I've used most of the plates from it, the Pissarro artist, and that book is from the 60s, so about 60 years old. And the pocket is from the 1800s here. And look how great is that. I love it. Another 1930s children's book page, 1950s doily page, and another one of these fun teen music book pages. And so you'll see lots of words to fun songs back from the 50s. And whoever owned this wrote in Paul Anka, Jamie Harper. She wrote in the singers' names, Andy Williams, Steve Lawrence. Oh my gosh, so cool. And then in this pocket, I really stuffed it. Look at all the things I put in here. Vintage Monopoly card, community chest, Monopoly money, a flinch card from the 20s, and an original from the Library of Book plate that is antique, but looks brand new because the box was never opened when I received it. And that is an early 1900s botanical page. Look at this sweet little image here. I turned into a journaling card with antique paper on the back from the 20s. I think it's sweet. This is also early 1900s folded pocket. And this is just a really cool piece from an early 1900s art book, and really unique imagery for a piece that old. Then this is from the 70s here, which just has the most fun advertisements. And look at this. Look at the dresses of the 70s. Just really fun. This is just a blank on one side vintage piece here. Kind of interesting for journaling. This is a vintage page here that I wrapped around. And this is a page from, of course, this book, the Huckleberry Finn book. Isn't that great? That needs to live with the book forever as well. These are just some really old cool pieces. That's the original tape that was on that seam binding. And there we have more crocheting. This is a little book with cutoffs here that you can have fun with and journal inside of. And I just folded over top. This is one of the poems from the little book on the front by Rudyard Kipling. I love this from the 30s here. This is from the 1800s. It's a German marbled page that I had to cut down. It was huge, so that's kind of cool. Vintage music sheet. This is from the 1850s, and I love how the original image imprinted itself on the adjacent page. That's a vintage stamp up there from a postcard, and here's some fasteners from the 1920s, and then a little plate here from 1885 with 1800s journal paper on the back. That's from a vintage dictionary. More French almanac pages. This one from the 40s. Here's a really cool antique photo. And I actually did Google image this, and I forget where it came from, but if somebody wants to know, I can certainly let them know. And there's Mark Twain himself. How cool is that? Oh dear, Lacey just knocked over my computer. Okay, so that is Mark Twain. That is from an antique book. And it is on the back of a player piano roll box. Instead of throwing it in the box, I turned it into tags. And there's the player piano roll. Shadows of Gray. Ever I'd Stay, You Drive Away, I would imagine. And another vintage ledger sheet. A tag I made out of an antique book page. And the inscription is still there. And Nashville, that's American Highways road map from the 50s. And more vintage, more vintage. This is from 1889. This ledger page here with the hand stamp number 102 in the corner. And another wonderful plate here from the early 1900s. And look at this, is a beautiful stamp collection. I absolutely love this plate. It's pretty impressive. Little 1930s children's book page. This came from an 1800 book. I have long forgotten which book it came from. I just love the authentic original discoloration. And then this here is a French postcard. It's actually a souvenir card, not a postcard. And I just think it's really sweet, from Hyacinth, Quebec. And a little bird page there from the Budgie book. And yeah, that brings us to the end. So I hope you love it as much as I loved making it. Don't forget to subscribe and check out the rest of my journals on hyperstamper.etsy.com. I do ship internationally, so you can get a calculation on the shipping. It's very reasonable. I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.